What's going on, Jerome? So there's been some flex appeal, and it's not the game that you would think. So the Vikings and the Colts Week 9 matchup on November 3rd has been flexed to Sunday Night Football. Waiting all day for Sunday night. Pelissero, the details. Flex, the Week 9 Indianapolis Colts and Minnesota Vikings game will move to Sunday Night Football on NBC. The Jaguars and the Eagles game will be played at 4:05 p.m. Eastern on CBS. And Vikings and Colts had been slated to be on CBS in a Sunday afternoon game, but you sort of understand why they flexed it, because they wanted Jaguars-Eagles because they wanted the whole Doug Peterson thing. And I think that there's a chance that Doug gets fired before that game goes down. So sort of is what it is. But it's interesting because all the storylines will, of course, be about, the Vikings and the Colts. The comeback. And hopefully this time around, we don't spot the underachieving Colts at 33-point lead, because that was rough. It's really rough, man. Also, what's more amazing is that the Vikings made up all that ground to score 36 points in the final 23 minutes, 26 seconds. It's kind of crazy. Now, also, I was just thinking about this today. This game bugged me so much because the officiating was bad, because Shondon Sullivan, former Vikings slot cornerback legend, should have had 2 scoop and scores, except they blew plays dead where forward progress wasn't stopped, the runner wasn't down, but either way, still came out on top. And it still has, like, I forget who the Colts player was, but standing out there for the overtime coin toss, and C.J. Ham was just like, and the Vikings will now have 2 primetime games in a row, Thursday night against the Rams this week on the short week, and then the 10-day mini bye. Then got the Colts on Sunday Night Football. The Vikings had not been scheduled to play on Sunday night, but a couple of their games later in the season could certainly get flexed, notably Week 14 against Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. We'll see. But, coming on in, the Vikings had only been slated to play 2 primetime games Thursday night against the Colts, as well as Monday Night Football. It's going to be the Winter Warrior game, Week 15 against the Bears. The Vikings having success, despite... Well, actually, I was told that the 2-point loss to the Lions completely tanked the Viking season. They should lose out. Nah. But, a couple of later season games could get flexed to Sunday night. Notably, looking at the Packers, looking at the Lions, and of course, Kirk Cousins, like we said. But don't take the Colts lightly. I know that a lot of people have said, well, now we get into the soft part of the schedule. And I've always been a little bit hesitant, because any given Sunday night, any team can win. And the Colts are interesting because they were actually one of my sleeper picks before the start of the season, and they are 4-3, so they're on the positive side of the ledger. Anthony Richardson is extremely hot and cold. All right, so when he's on, he's on. When he's off, he is terrible. Right, but and also they could be getting star running back Jonathan Taylor Thomas back at that time. So we'll see. Like, it's certainly not going to be a pushover game, and all the storylines will be there of, hey, Justin friggin' Jefferson, hey, Sling and Sam Darnold redemption tour. Hawkinson and Reisner will be back by then. So we'll see. Like, either way, I'm down to clown, and this is what happens when you start having some success. The networks want to get the Tier 1 teams onto national television, and hopefully the Vikings will say a Tier 1 team the rest of the way. So take care of business Thursday night, and then rest up. You got a little, well, I guess the Vikings have 7 extra hours now to rest up on Sunday for Week 9, so they'll be good to go. Your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings and Colts has been flexed to Sunday Night Football. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. You guys know what to do. Skull Production Value.